Hey guys, Dylan here. We got this 8-minute transmissions or something close to that on this 2011 Ford Escape. It's got a 3-liter in it. It'll give you the rundown of the basics you got to do to get it out. It's not going to show you every nut or bolt, but it's going to show you the basics of how to get it out. It'll show me pulling it, show you all the parts I took off and how to fill it at the end and all that stuff. So just watch till the end to see how to do a transmission on a 2011 Ford Escape. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and hit all the buttons. Thanks a lot, guys. Let's get straight to it. I'm back out here out front doing some R&R because I'm good at it. I'm going to show you what it took me to get the top stuff of this new 2011 Ford Escape done. This Ford Escape has a 3-liter in it. It's 4-wheel drive. First thing I did was I took the shifter cable off. I moved it out of the way over here. Then the starter wires, the starter. That nut holds a ground to the back of the starter. I took these 2 mount bolts off so I have less to do when I get it supported from below. And then the 3 bell housing bolts. Bell housing bolt right there. And then there's one on either side of this hump here. There's 2 of them right there. They're pretty easy to get to, really, with an air ratchet. Air ratchet, the top 2, they're all 13s. And the starter bolts are 13s. And the shifter bracket bolts are 13s. They're all 13s. Now I'm going to leave that back mount on there. I'm going to take the through bolt out of the back mount from below. But I've got the top done on this 2011 Ford Escape. That's how you drain it. Alright guys, that's what the T-case looks like. Got these 2 bolts up here. And there are bolts down here. And there's a vent line. As you can see, I got it out without removing the subframe or the exhaust. Here's the bolts I took out. Wheels and tires, shield, plate cross member, long cross member from front to back. It's this. These are the ball joints, axles. I took those off just in case, but I didn't have to. This bracket was kind of hard. I had to use my T50 in a gear wrench to get to some of these bolts on this bracket. Just like that, because I couldn't get my ratchet on the back of my T50. So that's just to get them loose, then you can take them out by finger. And then these are the transfer case bolts. There's only 4 of them. And you got your drive shaft bolts, or T45s. So there's your rundown for the bottom so far. I still got my bell bolts and converter bolts, but this is the order I took it out so far. Alright guys, after the T-case I took this rear mount off. I took the bell bolts out. I took the torque converter nuts off and that shield. And that's about it. It's ready to come out. T15's up top, holding the transmission up. And I have 118 in the back motor mount. I need to go and take it off now. There's all the tools I used. 13, 10, 15, 19, 32. And I use this quick disconnect tool. These metal ones are tits. Plastic ones kind of suck, but there's the once it rocks forward, it goes probably off that mount. Last bell bolt in the back was a long one. Hey, we're halfway, guys. I'd appreciate it if you found this video helpful. Hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks a lot, guys. All these wires are free. Alright, just gonna let this turn on. And I left the dipstick tube in. I'm gonna go and take this off because they won't like that in the back. I'll leave the dipstick tube on so they put it back on when they're done. This goes to the TK's fence. Alright, the main issues with these transmissions here, or what was wrong with this one, is that bushing right there. The axle was super loose, and you can see that bushing was just wiped out, man. Somebody tried putting an axle and an axle seal in it. That's not going to fix it when the bushing looks like that. So, probably ran low on fluid and burned it up. Get it fixed up now. Just want to show you guys what the block looks like. So there's the two that were over the hump I was talking about. Here's the one I took out from below, that's up top. And there's the two in the back. There's the other ones. See the torque converter, bolts. There's the ground that was on the starter I was talking about. Pretty self-explanatory. There's the top mount. I left two of these bolts in. There's that, still bolted in there. Run down to how I button it up. I put these in here so the bearings don't fall apart. I got the transmission strapped up to there with mechanics wire. Two different doubled up pieces so the motor doesn't fall out. Same thing over there. Throw a couple lug nuts on each side and shove this thing outside. I removed the front section of drive shaft so it doesn't flop around. Just easier to remove it than try to figure out a way to tie it up in there. And I put all the parts in the back. You can see I got both axles, transfer case, cross members, rag of bolts, everything just put in the back on fender covers. Alright guys, don't forget to check for 2 dowels. That's your main thing you gotta check on this one. Make sure your lines are on. And line your torque converter up close. Guys, that's how you make sure the transfer is full of oil. It takes gear oil, and you want to make sure it's running out of this plug hole. That's how you know it's full. All right, transfer's full. All right, guys, this one has a dipstick, so you just fill it up through here. Put 9.5 in it if you rebuilt it. Put a used unit in it, put 5, and then start checking it. Go to 9.5. All right, that's all it needs. Obviously double check it when you're done, but this should be good. All right guys, got done with that 2011 Ford Escape. I'll put a couple videos up over there. If you check them out, I'd appreciate it. It's the best way to support my channel is hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing and it's helpful to me, so I'd appreciate it. If you have any questions, put them down below. I try to respond to all comments. Thanks a lot, guys.